Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. Welcome back to my playthrough of Red Dead Redemption. So let's continue from where we left off here.
How do you do, sir?
Are you ready? Let's haul out.
Okay, ride to MacFarlane's ranch.
Let's go.
Okay.
There you go.
So we are nearing the end of the game. There's gonna be like 3 or 4 more parts left.
How you feeling, Jack?
I'm feeling fine, sir.
We got a decent ride ahead of us.
I've never been to Hennigan's Stead. How do you know these ranchers?
I met them while I was away. The MacFarlanes are good people. We need folks we can trust right
Met them
now.
how?
I was sick and they looked after me.
Sick how?
You sure got a lot of questions.
I don't often get a chance to ask them. Was it a gentleman's complaint? What do they call it? The morning drip?
Good God, boy, no! Where do you learn these things?
Uncle told me about it.
Well, he'd know, the dirty old fool. No, I just got weak for a while. Acted foolishly, got in trouble. Guess I was a little out of practice.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just not trying to rush through it because I just want to see if there's any conversations. Oh, here.
What?
Where were you all that time? Where'd you go?
What'd your mother tell you?
She said it was some kind of important government business.
That's about right. Some people thought I owed them some favor.
Why did they take us away?
They thought it wasn't safe for you here by yourself. Those men harm you?
No, they're okay. Some of them even told me stories. I think I'd like to be a government man one day. Or a politician.
I'd rather you chose an honest profession.
An honest profession.
Like you mean?
I know I ain't been the best father, Jack. I made some bad choices.
Look out!
But all that life, it's over now.
Careful! Paul, was it something to do with Mr. Dutch and Bill? Why you went away?
Who told you that?
I kept hearing people say their names. That's all.
Yeah, I caught up with Bill and Dutch. We had some old business needed settling.
Where are they now?
They're gone, son. We won't be seeing them again.
They were angry at you, weren't they? That's why we had to leave.
They was just good men who turned bad. I'll explain it to you one day.
And what does that make you?
I guess I'm a bad man who tried to be a good father. I don't know. Every man has a right to change. A chance of forgiveness. Ain't that what the good book says?
You've never read me the good book, sir.
Well, I imagine that's what it says.
Okay, so here we're approaching Bonnie's farm now.
So, you ready to learn about herding cattle?
I've never seen you hurt anything, Paul. Apart from the odd pack of drunks.
There's the ranch. Come on, let's see if we can find Mr. MacFarlane.
John Marston. Now, there's a face I thought I'd never see again. Some of our public servants in Blackwater sent you back on another homicidal errand to protect and save us from Lord only knows what.
Thankfully not, sir. I was hoping you might still be able to sell me some cattle.
My boy, it would be a pleasure. Bonnie's out to corral now. She'll be more than happy to help you.
Take care now, Mr. MacFarlane. Good luck. Come on. All right, Jack. You're gonna have an important job. I want you to lead the herd while I drive them from the back. Keep us all moving in the right direction.
Sure, Paul. I can do that, no problem.
And if you see cows straying off...
Good Lord, do my eyes deceive me? A devil walks among us.
I said I'd be back when this was all over, Miss MacFarlane. After the barn fire, you remember?
Of course I remember. I just didn't believe a word of it. So, you've come for some cattle?
Yeah, I'm finally starting up my farm again. Or trying to, at least.
You'll be fine. You've been taught well. Come on, then.
behind the herd. Oh, here.
Slow it up now. Head for the river, son! Come! Move it!
Okay, yeah, gotta hold up on the D-pad. That's,
I'll give you a hand to get them moving.
Yeah! No stopping! Let's go! Stay together, you dumb animals! Move! Move!
There you go.
Forward! Move on!
yeah,
move
I
on.
cannot imagine how hard this must
See
be.
you sometime.
So, what happened? Last I heard, you were headed for some exotic escapade in Mexico.
It's a long story. Too long to tell without a drink in my hand.
Back to the riddles, I see. And Mr. Williamson?
Let's just say Bill and I settled our differences.
Yeah.
Keep it moving. Move!
Yeah, so in Red Dead, back then they had to move like, you know, way more than this, like sometimes even 50 cattle, and they had to move this over, you know, 50 or so miles. Imagine that like, you know, you gotta go through the wilderness, you gotta watch out for bandits, wild animals attacking your cattle, gotta keep them all under control for that long. That must be
Yeah.
ridiculous,
Say hello
like...
to Miss MacFarlane, Jack.
Hello.
Ah, the arrogance of youth. He gets a little fur on his lip and he thinks he knows best all of a sudden.
Must take after his father.
Come on. Get going. Come on. Move it up.
How's your wife?
She's well, I think. We haven't had much time to talk yet.
Looks like you got him under control. I best get back to Tom.
Nice to see you again, Miss MacFarlane. And thanks for everything.
Funny, you don't.
Move! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Jack, we need to move him across the river. Come on!
So
let's
this
go,
is,
let's go.
Oh, I'm missing one cattle? Well, where?
Yeah.
I lost one? Looks like I did. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so these missions are very different than traditional missions that we've been doing because we've just been
Doing a
killing
good job,
people,
son.
and now these missions are
Lead
kind
him
of,
straight up the hill towards home.
calm.
Will do, Paul.
Oh, they're here now, okay.
Get a move on. Yeah. Go. Let's move here, my four-legged friends. Move. Let's go. Move it. Whoa. Let's go. No stopping. Let's go.
We gotta take them all the way back to Beecher's Hope, okay.
Stay together, you dumb animals. Move, move. Forward. Move on, move on. Keep it moving. Slow up. Move. Come on. Hold up, Jack. This don't look right.
Whoa.
I'll deal with this. Stay with the herd, Jack.
Yeah. Cattle rustlers. These guys are people that would steal cattle from farmers.
There it is. I need to get out of here.
Got them all, okay.
I think that's all of them. Jack, wait there. I'm coming. You all right? You're not hurt, are you?
No. I'm fine. I wasn't scared, honest.
Sorry you had to see that, son. Those men won't be stealing from anybody else. All right, let's round up the stragglers and get moving. Come on.
Here we go. Okay.
Whoa there. Jack, head left up the road towards home.
I know where I'm going, Paul.
So Jack is way more composed now. Remember, like, 4 years prior in Red Dead Redemption 2 when John had to defend himself from those bandits and this Jack was just freaking out about that John killed them? He seems to be much more composed now, used to it.
Whoa. Come on. Get going. Come on. Move it up. Move. Come on.
Get moving.
Come. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Get a move on. Yeah. Let's move here, my four-legged friends. Move. Let's go. Move it.
Whoa. Okay.
Let's go. No stopping. Let's go. Stay together, you dumb animals. All right. Now lead them into the pen. Move. Move. Forward. Move on. Move on. Keep it moving. Move. Come on. Nice work, son.
We made it.
Did real good out there. Go on. Hit your horse and wait for me by the stable. Whoa. Did a good job, son. Nice shooting.
Thanks, Paul.
He didn't shoot at all.
Injured
Okay.
you yet.
Okay, now I'm gonna show you guys a mission that a lot of people have been asking me since day one to do, but it's, this mission is a stranger mission, but it's only with John. If you do this mission, you can't do this mission after you beat the game. That's just what I'll say. Specific stranger mission. Okay, here we go. Now, this is gonna creep a lot of people out. I'm warning you guys.
I know who you are, Marston. Oh, I've been waiting for you. Hello, John. John Marston.
Do I know you?
I hope so. I seem to know you.
I'm pretty good at remembering faces.
Are you? Do you remember Hattie McCourt's face?
Who?
She was a girl Dutch Vanderlyn shot in the head on that raid on the ferry a few years back. Same one you got shot on. Pretty girl, until her eye was hanging out by a thread of tendon and her brain was plastered over a wall.
Not really.
Then why would you remember me, friend? You've forgotten far more important people than me.
What's your game, friend?
I don't have a game, John. Listen, sometimes I just wish I'd known more about life. Wish I'd had better guidance. A friend of mine is drunk as a skunk in the saloon on Thieves' Landing. I think he's gonna be unfaithful to his dear wife. Why don't you head over there and see if you can advise him how best to proceed?
What do you think I am?
I know what you are, John. Just if you've got the time, friend.
Yeah, so this is, I would say, the creepiest character in all of Red Dead Redemption, that guy right there. Visit the strange man's friend in Thieves' Landing. Let's go visit his friend now in Thieves' Landing here. The missions are called I Know You, by the way. And strangers in Red Dead Redemption work the same way as strangers in GTA. It's like random people you find in the world that will, like, give you specific missions. Okay.
Come on, relax. Yeah. I think this one's yours, partner. Thank you, sir. I'll pray for you. Yeah. Go.
The gentleman must be the mysterious stranger's friend. Perhaps you should give him some advice. Okay, let's find him. Okay. Discouraged a man.
That's no problem if I just get my...
Excuse me, mister.
Yeah, what the hell do you want?
Look, don't ask how, but I know what you're about to do. You don't want to do this.
The hell are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about, mister. I'm just here to say I don't think you should go through with it. Your wife, she loves you.
Shit, mister. I don't know who or what you are, but I guess I'm grateful. I guess you're right. I was raised better than this.
Don't mention it. Go on now.
So when you meet the strange man again, he will comment on specifically what you, he'll comment specifically on what you did, whether you encouraged him or discouraged him. Let's go meet him again.
Let's go.
The elusive Mr. Marston. Welcome to Nuevo Paraiso, John.
Where do I know you from?
You're famous, John. You're the man who shot a bunch of banditos as soon as he turned up in this country. You're a man who decided right and wrong, between a man and death, between a man and his wife.
And who are you?
You know, I admire you, John. I hope my boy turns out just like you.
For your sake, I hope he don't.
You kill people so easily, yet you respect the vows of marriage. That's very curious.
I'll let the appropriate authorities judge my
This is so
morality,
creepy.
friend.
Yes, you will. And they shall. Anyway, I hear that an old nun is traveling from the monastery, taking the money she raised to the bank. Why don't you head up there and see if you can lend her a hand? Road's full of thieves. Either that or rob her yourself. I'll see you around, John.
I hope you don't.
So he gives you two moral situations, and you can convince the guy to cheat on his wife, stop the guy from cheating, or and then the second one, you can help the nun, or you can rob the nun. So the Strange Man is probably one of the most discussed characters in all of Red Dead Redemption. Let's get over to the nun. That's at Las Hermanas. That means the sisters. This is also the same nun that's in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Can you spare a little, senor? Just a few coins. Alms for the poor. Oh, sir. Could you find it in your heart to donate some money for the poor? Perhaps cast a little sunlight into their lives?
Well, maybe, but ain't it the Lord's responsibility to look over his flock? Not mine?
Yes, but the Lord has brought you to me so you could help me. They're at their wits' end, and their faith has been cast aside. All it would take is a few dollars to get them started on the right path so they could see there are those who care.
A few dollars to completely restore someone's faith? I never knew life is so simple. There you are, sister.
Yes. Life is much simpler than we make it. Gracias, señor. And God bless you.
Means thank you, mister.
Something else I can do for you?
So now there's one more mission with the I Know You guy, the Strange Man.
You want a ride, friend?
Look who's overlooking our house.
Anybody think you're following me? Ain't this a beautiful spot?
Sure. What are you doing here?
My accounts. I'm an accountant.
Is that so?
In a way.
What's your name?
You know, it's the darndest thing. I can't remember.
Tell me your damn name and where you know me from.
Well, I know you from Mexico. I know you from back out west. I know you from all over.
Tell me your name or I won't be responsible for my actions.
Oh, but you will. You will be responsible. This is a fine spot. See you around, cowboy.
Damn you!
Yes, many have.
Yeah, I remember this. The first time that I played this, that freaked me out the first time. Oh, he's right here still? Okay, that's weird. But yeah, that's, it's like people debate over who he is exactly. We know he's some kind of supernatural figure. Some people think he's a hallucination, but I'll tell you he's not a hallucination because, like, if he was a hallucination, you know, John hallucinates him, giving him another hallucination and hallucinating the nun, who the nun was an actual character from the first, you know, from Red Dead Redemption 2. So no, I don't think he's hallucination. Do I think he's the devil? No, I don't think he's the devil either, because he gives John the chance to do the right thing, which the devil wouldn't really want you to do that. He'd want you to do the bad thing. He doesn't specifically tell you to do the good thing, but he tells you have the good and bad choice available to you. Yeah, it's really debatable on who he is. Some people think he's death, but I don't think that he's death necessarily, because the Grim Reaper just takes souls. He doesn't really control, like, he doesn't really control, you know, choices that people make. He just takes people's souls. That's all he primarily does. So I think, ultimately, I think that he's some kind of god. That's what I think. Or possibly he could be Cain. Some people believe that he could possibly be Cain. That's also another theory. There's a conspiracy that went around in this time period. In the 1800s, there was actually a conspiracy. Well, this is 1911, but it's still, 1800s, there was a conspiracy that the devil had actually walked the earth in a black suit and a black tall hat. And that's, that's what his appearance might be based on there. But people don't really know, people don't, to this day, Rockstar has never really answered exactly who he is. He does make an appearance in Red Dead Redemption 2, but only in, like, a hut in, like, a mirror, and then in Herbert Moon's, shop in Armadillo, that, everyone's sick from cholera except Herbert Moon, and he has a picture of a strange man inside his shop, and Herbert Moon himself says he doesn't know who he is, but it's speculated that Herbert Moon made some kind of deal with the strange man, which is just really creepy. Also, that spot that the strange man was standing in, that spot is very important later on, and also John shot him 3 times and the 4th bullet jammed. That's also going to be very important later on. I'll explain why.
What you cooking?
Same thing I've been cooking the past 15 years with the hope of poisoning you.
Ain't working so well.
Not yet.
Be honest, though. Tastes bad enough to kill a man.
I never was much of a cook, but I did try to be a good wife.
And you have been.
Given what we was and what we came from, I think we've gone and done okay. I look at Jack, I look at him, and I think we've been blessed. Maybe he can be something more.
He's a good kid. He can be whatever he wants to be. He ain't gonna be no frontier gunslinger killing and running no gang, though. That way's over. Railroads and government and motor cars and everything gone and done away with all that.
And he ain't gonna marry no orphaned working girl running with a bunch of hucksters, neither.
If he meets one like you, I hope he'll marry her.
Stop. For an illiterate gunslinger, you sure know how to make a girl blush. God damn crows! John! You have got to go deal with them. They've broken into the silo again and are eating all the corn out from it.
Of course, my angel.
Wait, get out of there.
All right.
Come on. Scat. Shh.
So, the game does have a lot of foreshadowing. A lot of the Red Dead games do have a lot of foreshadowing. Scare the crows out of the silo. Okay, damn, I wish I would have got ammo for my son. Okay. Crow, a bird that farmers absolutely hate. They... just destroy crops. Yeah, doing this with free aim is not easy. Can't climb up there? Okay, Damn, get out of here. Amount of bullets you fire, you'd think that they would leave. You lost too much corn. Yeah, so I never thought a mission that I don't have to kill anybody in, I never thought that a mission would be this difficult on, Get out of here. I can't get a clear shot. Damn, I'm gonna... Oh my god, again. Oh. Okay, now we try this one more time. Okay, take out as many of these crows as we can, yeah. Was the hardest mission that I encountered where you don't even kill anyone. I should have used a shotgun from the start, yeah.
Finally. Now about that stew.
Whoa!
Okay, wait, Jack is there? Family member's not here right now, but he is, okay.
John, we got a telegram from some lady friend of yours, a Bonnie something or other. Something you ain't telling me?
Bonnie MacFarlane. She's a friend. Saved my life when I went after Bill and nearly got myself killed again.
Oh, and now you two's in the habit of sending each other letters. How very nice.
It weren't nothing like that. What's it say?
I don't know. I can't... Well, you know I can't read.
Give it here.
A lot of people in this time period did not know how to read. It was very
You
common.
read that thing out loud?
Especially
Ain't
people in the
hiding
West.
nothing.
A lot of people didn't know how to read. Also, it would actually surprise you. A lot of the famous gunslingers back then actually did not know how to read. So these guys were like really good on the frontier. They knew how to survive. They knew how to kill animals. They knew how to shoot their guns really well. You know, they were fearsome warriors. But they didn't know how to read. How does that make sense? Because they weren't educated. They grew up on the frontier. They never went to school.
Dear Mr. Marston, stop. Need corn sacks. Stop.
He's reading the
Emergency.
period to stop.
Stop. Weevils and moths ate entire county supply. Stop. Can you help? Not exactly the most romantic request, now is it?
I guess not. She saved your life, you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, then you're gonna have to help her and her family out. We've got a plentiful supply of corn sacks over near the silo. About the one thing Uncle didn't manage to have stolen while we was gone.
Okay.
Hurry back, John. And John, what's she like?
You know. A little bit like you, I guess. She's a woman in a man's world.
John, wait! Maybe I should meet this MacFarlane woman. What are you waiting for? We better hurry.
Get to the general store at MacFarlane's Ranch before time runs out, okay?
I don't think I can let you go off again without me.
Fair enough. I'm glad of the company. You only had to ask.
Ask? I was waiting for you to ask me.
I thought you'd want to keep an eye on the boy.
Oh, while you were off cavorting with cowgirls in the next county? I don't think so, John Marston. You only just got home. That Jack has seen enough of me for a lifetime. So, is she married? Mrs. Bonnie MacFarlane?
No,
What does she look like?
I don't know. Pretty normal, I suppose.
Normal? What? Normal like me?
No, normal as in 2 eyes, mouth, nose, that kind of normal. Besides, ain't no woman fine as you.
A little flattery. Now we're finally getting somewhere.
If you find yourself in a hole, the first thing to do is stop digging.
Another pearl of wisdom from John Marston. I sure do miss those.
I never took you for the jealous type, Abigail.
I ain't jealous so much as curious.
You heard what she wrote. It's just some corn. She saved my life.
Whoa.
She was decent enough to me, so I owe her this.
I just hit someone.
How did she save your life anyway?
She found me half dead on the side of the road, took me to the doctor. Most folks would have left me there.
Half dead from what?
Bill didn't take so kindly to me visiting unannounced.
Bill never did like surprises. How was he?
Same as he was when we left. Angry and dumb. Taking his revenge out on the world. People down there was really scared of him.
Of Bill? You gotta be kidding me. He was only frightening if he was afraid of dumb fools.
Bill weren't so bad, but when Dutch went crazy, Bill took it hard.
For a while, we all thought we'd found something right. Better way to live, but it was just a lie. So you saw before they did.
Maybe. But they was still kind of a family.
A family that left you for dead. You knew the truth, John, and they hated you for it.
Where did they take you?
Who?
Those government bastards. Where did they hold you and Jack?
I ain't sure. They kept their eyes covered there and back. Can't have been too far from here, though.
They treat you right?
It ain't the first time I've had a gun to my head, John. You're forgetting your marriage proposal.
Very fun.
No, they learned pretty quick what would happen if they laid a finger on me.
Sons of bitches.
It wasn't them or being there. I didn't care about that. I've been in far worse situations. It was the waiting. I didn't know if you was coming back.
Of course I was coming back.
You were only supposed to be gone for a couple of days.
It took longer than I thought.
Come on. We'll never get there at this rate.
The only thing Bill and Dutch was ever any good at was not getting caught.
I started thinking you'd gone back to them.
That life's over.
I hope you're right. I don't think we have time to rest.
Bill, Javier, Dutch, they're all dead. It don't get more over than that.
You came. Thank you so much. We lost the entire harvest.
Miss MacFarlane, I'd like you to meet my wife, Abigail.
Oh, ain't you quite the gentleman all of a sudden? It's a pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Marston.
Likewise. Thank you for saving my husband's life and for teaching the miserable goat some manners, among other things.
I didn't teach him anything. I know better than to try to change a man. You should meet my father.
Oh, people can change, Miss MacFarlane. John and I have to believe that more than anybody.
This is a decent first harvest for you, John. You should be proud. That's good land you got there.
How are you feeling, Mrs. Marston? From what your husband told me, it must have been awful for you.
I've been through worse, and I knew he'd be back before too long. He can't cook a meal to save his life.
Abigail, in my darkest hours, when I was most homesick, just the thought of one of your rat meat stews kept me pushing forward.
Well, about as amusing as a weeping saddle sore, ain't he, Miss MacFarlane? If you're gonna start yammering about women's work, John, I'd say you might be in the wrong company.
I'd say so, too.
I never felt so outnumbered.
I think this is the last time that you see Bonnie ever in the storyline now. So you see that right there? That's what a lot of people speculated on, and it turns out to be true. That Bonnie was actually in love with John. You know, from the start, she was in love with him. She never said anything to him about it. I don't know whether John realized it, that she was in love with him. Let me know in the comments if you think that John realized it, that she was in love with him. But I'll have a video talking about what happened to Bonnie after, the story also.
That was her, all right.
She's pretty.
She's normal, like I said.
Well, you always wanted to be a rancher. I'd have thought she'd be just your thing. The perfect rancher's wife, if I ever saw one.
I already got a rancher's wife.
I'm only teasing. I like her, and I'm glad she saved your life. Most of the time, anyways.
The MacFarlanes are good people.
She did blush redder than a shepherd's sunset when she saw you, though.
I have that effect on women.
You've clearly had one too many blows to the head.
You ain't wrong about that, Mrs. Marston.
That's quite a ranch they got there.
That'll be us someday. As soon as we get back on our feet.
I don't know, John. How many times can we start again? An outlaw and a working girl. We ain't exactly farmers.
We are now. Forget that life. It's over.
Do you really believe that?
We have to. It's the only way we'll ever have a future.
The life we led, that doesn't go away. It's never over. You think those government men are just gonna leave us alone now?
The old gang's dead. I did what they asked.
And that's it? The life, crime, forgiven?
We're back together, ain't we?
Until they decide you owe them something else.
Sometimes I think I was the stupid one for believing I could get out.
What are you going this way for?
Maybe Dutch, Bill, and Javier were just being honest with themselves.
You ain't perfect, John, and I sure ain't. But you're better than they are, than they were.
Maybe we can't change. But we gotta try, for Jack's sake. Even if we have to start again 100 times. It's better than going back to what we were. How's Jack doing?
So,
Angry,
Javier also is dead, for people that don't know. He got hanged.
upset. He's been through a lot.
I hope he's gonna be alright.
It's gonna take time. For a while, his world was safe, normal even. Then it got turned upside down again.
You ain't saying much about it.
I've tried to talk to him, but how do you explain any of this? What do you say when he asks about Uncle Phil and Uncle Dutch? They were family when he was a little boy.
He hides away in those books of his.
Wouldn't you? It ain't like the real world's done him many favors. He's just been kidnapped. He grew up with the gang. That's no life for a boy. Don't stop. I don't want to leave Jack by himself for too long.
We did our best to protect him.
Come on, John. He saw things no boy should see. Speed it up, John. You're driving like Uncle.
Well, now we got a chance to make it right.
We did good today, John. I guess I better go fix us something to eat.
So I guess that we will leave it off here, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this part. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.